Yes, sir. There's money in the country that we can make from only money from outside.
So, when they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they kill their clan, they change their mind. When they kill their clan, they change their mind. What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you raping our women.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you killing our children.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
They are freedom fighters.
Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo.
Oh, yes, indeed. What a great day. And what a wonderful opportunity it feels.
When they were coming, they said they were
to be back.
When they were coming
here and back behind these microphones.
But when they came
to engage on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development.
They change their mind. What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
It is a rather unusual morning.
You freedom fighter, you raping.
Especially when
freedom
you freedom fighter,
we're in the heart of the dry season.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you destroy.
In about 2-3 hours long rainfall this morning. Waking up to a wet neighborhood, just wherever you are in Monrovia.
Music.
Good morning, Liberia. Good morning, just wherever you are. A pleasant welcome to yet another exciting edition of the nation's premier breakfast platform, the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. Exactly where we discuss the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development without fear nor favor. We speak truth to power. Hold those in power accountable.
I'm a freedom fighter.
I'm a
freedom fighter.
My freedom fighter, then in your job, your pastor.
I'm a freedom fighter.
My freedom fighter, then in your do your baba.
I'm a freedom fighter.
My freedom fighter, then in your people are giving.
I'm a freedom fighter.
Ayo.
Too many things to talk about. Lots of things going on. There's a human interest issues. The hardcore political narrative and conversation shaping our destiny. And we go for part 2. The cries of the people of Satan. District number 8. What is this development? When the lawmaker came out bragging that he has rallied some 3.5 million Liberian dollars to wipe the tears. Some victims the Satan demolition. It has turned out to be that indeed the money in question was never something that came out of the lawmaker, whatever means you want to call it, but rather the man behind all of what happened Some have accused businessman Eric Anange of acting on behalf of some Lebanese to render the scores of his countrymen homeless, destitute. And yes, indeed. So Eric have said, look, even the 3.5 million that your lawmaker talked about, I pay that money. I give the money. And some are saying, wait, former representative Akaras Moses Gray have been hammering. That look, you know what? When they were coming, they said they were labor. Your lawmaker is not in your interest. He took money from the people that have come here to demolish your homes. Prince Toll took money. And Prince Toll has always denied that he did not take money. When pressure mounted, Prince Toll said, you know, I carry $3.5 million to go divide on the people. But he did not say the source of the money. When Akara had already accused him of collecting money from the people. And so the question becomes, why did Prince keep the money and refuse to speak truth to his people even before the demolition exercise? Maybe he thought it would have not generated the level of reaction that it has gotten, and then Prince will walk quietly with the man. What is leadership? What is the essence of representation? When they were Prince Toll, one of the rescue lawmakers. They change their mind. When they came here, they change their mind. But look, we'll unpack the whole thing for you right here. That's what we are, Freedom 87.9. So yesterday, right after my show, around the vicinity of the office, right here, schools of street peddlers stormed the grounds of Freedom FM. And we were concerned, why were they here? They said, look, we are distressed. We're going through some problems. Our boyfriends, our husbands don't have work. We have babies. We have children to send to school. And the only means to survive in our country has been to sell informally. But guess what? Okay. The Liberia National Police, or the Monrovia City Police, so to speak, have begun acting on the MCC's ultimatum of reading the street of all of us. So we don't know what we're going to do now. We don't know where to go. So we need you to talk for us. We need Freedom FM to stand for us and say something. Let the government give us an alternative. How are we going to address that? It's important to let you know. People are suffering, and suffering keep it keeps adding. Okay, and we'll also go back and take 1 or 2 pages from the president sooner. I'll tell you again. Yesterday, the one we read about the healthcare sector, and the people were telling me that even the one that was mentioned somewhere in Lofa, kind of center that is trying to build there. And in fact, look, the president in Yesona said 80%. Look, they just started laying the bricks. And I'm like, but the folks in Reddit make fun out of this old man. They not respect the puppy. The shape and size of the conversation plus other issues making news in Liberia this morning on Freedom 87.9. Good morning to our friends and those of you in the diaspora. It's always a good thing to have you join us right here for breakfast. This is the People's Radio, Freedom 87.9. And let's take a bash of this, and when we come back, we rumble through the issues making news in Liberia. Music.
There are crimes in many places, in every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, you report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority, that it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door, whether you rich or you poor. If you see a you must talk it, I mean you cheche. Do well for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, they're keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Okay, Crime Stopper Liberia, welcome back, folks. This is the Freedom Morning Rise, Freedom 87.9. And so we are going straight into our conversation. So yes, indeed. But just before we do, let's try to recognize a few of our followers here joining via the social media, Facebook Live. Let's see here. This is Venetia Junior Bar. And of course, Venetia is joining from somewhere in the Niku Town area. He says, we are coming back 2029. That's according to Venetia Junior Bar. And this is Malu F. Fofana. Good morning. I'm following from 20th Street. Good morning, Malu. And of course, Henry Yango. Henry following closely from my end. on this hot Tuesday evening. Thanks to the Freedom FM family and team for the awesome service. I'm sure you got to be following from somewhere way, some other parts of the world. This is Emmanuel Bro. Good morning, Abu Sharif and Hagar Gonda, and my fellow viewers watching from Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA. Yeah, I hope the situation's kind of under control. It's Abraham Tanu Johnson. Good morning, Freedom FM family, watching live from Agbatown, Bomi County. This is Amara Jala Kamara. Good morning, Freedom Radio Liberia family, and my beloved and peace-loving people of Salaye District. I'm following live from Brussels as usual. Thanks a lot, Amara. Roberta Riches. Roberta Riches joins from Louisville, Kentucky. This is Charles Weir. Good morning, Freedom FM family. My name is Charles Weir, following from Jacobtown. And this is Asatu Martina. Asatu Martina Jones what? Jones Wefalier or Wefila. Good morning, Freedom FM family. Asatu Martina, I think. Let me stop to the other one. This other name looks like he joined plenty of other names together. But anyway, thanks for joining. And this is Noeli Flomo. Good morning once again. Good morning, Noeli. Where are you greeting us from? And this is Hester Zanga. Hester Zanga, good morning. And your good Guyalo February Mountain. Good morning, Freedom FM 87.9. I'm watching from the Douala General Market. Thanks a lot. How is the situation in the market? Are the people returning? I'm told the market was being abandoned, and of course, area boys were using the market for latrine and other unpleasant stuff, but the government seems not to be paying attention to inherited deliverables, so to speak. Elijah Bajwa is my my name is Elijah. I'm watching you from the township of West Point. Thanks a lot, Elijah. Okay, and this is Ansu Fambule. Ansu is watching from Brewerville City. John K. Toweli, good morning, Freedom FM family. I'm following from SKD Boulevard Junction, District 6. Thanks a lot. And this is Peter Tapu. My name is Peter Tapu, following you from Ganta, Nimba County. Thanks a lot from way there in Ganta, Nimba County. And this is Saleye Kamu. Good morning. I'm following you from Johnsonville. Thanks a lot. Talking about district number 6, the lawmaker in district number 6, I've been seeing, stuff on the social media, particularly on Facebook. I think the lawmaker, Reverend Samuel Enders, right? Reverend Samuel Enders constructed a fire service station. I don't have the full detail of the story, but just from what I've seen, right? So Reverend Enders constructed a fire service station, and I think he had a plan to bring in fire service truck to service, the fire disaster need of the district, particularly in instances of emergency, so that response would be I don't know where along that corridor there that you have a national fire service station where you have a fire truck always on the standby, or a fire truck will have to come from some other station way as far as probably the Pinsville area there. It's Pinsville too though, but Pinsville is very big, probably Tupelo or somewhere there. So the lawmaker decided to put that there, and then the PPCC mayor, Bestman, went ahead, marked the place, and demolished, so to speak, the place. Probably not seeking to understand the purpose or what have you. There are too many ways to look at that. So when leadership at the local level is coordinated, right? Whether the lawmaker office consult the city government, I mean, the land that the place was constructed on, because that is for the benefit of the community. It's for the benefit of the community, and what's the essence, right? So when people see to go and destroy the place and all of that, I think they've been going back and forth on it and stuff. So that's something that's quite interesting, and I believe it has to be sorted out in very constructive ways, because the dry season is coming again. No matter what, the dry season will be here, and these fire situations, normally are prevalent during the dry. So it's important that fire stations are brought very close to our communities to service, so that they'll be able to help the people. But wherein these stations are so very far from the communities, and then eventually, the ultimate outcome of a fire situation is that you will lose everything. So we have to change that narrative from the community level, the district level coming up. We have to change that narrative that there has to be a response system in place that guarantee that fire outbreak will happen, and the chances are that the system will move in and you could be rescued. Your property could be rescued, and that is only attainable through structural, approaches. And part of that is bringing the institutional framework as close by as possible. I think that's what NDOS try to do. But again, remember, NDOS wasn't a part of the regime Speaker Black. So, in the likes of Bestman and other UP fanatics that are privileged to be holding public offices in Liberia today, see themselves not as public servants any longer. Rather, they see themselves as partisans that need to be worshiping and, of course, chastising opposing views, right? People that are opposed to the status quo, they need to take policy actions and policy decisions that affect those people, while others that are partisans are skipped. And, you can pass them. I mean, Kalindo is a classic example right there. There's no reason why Kalindo. In other countries, there are more valuable properties than that Kalindo mess he has there. But Kalindo is only keeping that thing there and putting all kinds of la defense simply because he's a UP man. He's a Freetown man as well. He has connection to Freetown, and once you have some kind of Freetown connection, you're a UP person, you are the best in this government. For some other reasons, that's been the case. So, but it's up to District 6 people to look at that, right, and go a little more. So I just want us to pick up from where we stopped on yesterday. Please share the show. Your contribution basically is to share the show and to drop your comments on some of these things. It's important, right? I just want us to pick up from where we stopped on yesterday in regards to the concerns that were raised by some of those acting within the health sector of our country. And remember, we were one people that were talking about the go slow that health workers took, right? Those health workers, when they took their go slow, and the effect it was going to have on the society, we talk about it. So the government and the ministry play deaf ears and abandon the plight and concerns of those anesthetists. The government abandoned and did not pay attention to them, and so they start from the counties, from where they're in Ganta, Nimba County, somewhere there, right? And then they decided to come to Monrovia, right? The victims of these things are the people who do not have the voice. Sometimes our microphone don't rarely reach them because a lot of us are concentrated heavily in Monrovia and what is happening in the politics and all of that. So when a political figure does not pick up these human interest issues that are affecting the people, then it does not get the attention of the media, which is terrible, which is not supposed to be the case, right? Normally, if some kind of political actor, like doing while the UP was in opposition, the way Martha Morris and other politicians were into the health sector like that. Now you don't have it like that now. You don't have ANC folks that are well placed in the health sector trying to influence and, of course, mobilize political resistance in the health sector. Nor do you have CDC folks trying to manipulate the health system. Sorry, but doing why UP was in opposition, they did that. They compromised. They were willing to risk the health and safety of our people, but they were not afraid. They took politics everywhere. So because that has not happened in this instant case, Mr. Cummings, the political leader of the ANC, makes an appearance on radio, and he has been making some public appearances. He made no mention of the concern of these anesthetists across our very public health sector across Liberia, affecting patients, right? From the interior and all of that. And other political actors, they are speaking, they're addressing, everybody discussing the SONA and all of that, but nobody has said anything about the concerns of these people. And it's important for us to look at it. So, let me see. And when you have a society where everything has to be built around politics, and this is what you got. This is exactly what you get. Because no politician have spoken about this one. So as a result, it is what it is. So I've said, you know what? The 1 year, no, we can't take the one. We will stick on the 1 year for some time. We will stick on this 1 year for some time. So yesterday we played it small. Come here, trying to find something quick for us. Right? And then find something quickly for us. Okay. So, but let me just play this. There's a disappointment. People won't be leaders.
This movement will go for. This protest will go for. The reason we also here, we want to let the public know that we have been outside, we have been out of facility since January 15, 2026. For people elected to the association leadership.
And I read the statement when they issued that ultimatum that on January 15 they're going to protest. The government did not go in, the ministry did not go in, the president did not call, and he did not see the importance of it, right? And all of that, and they did it. They abandoned the health facility.
January 19.
Right? And nobody reached out, even the ministry and stuff. So they paid their way from across the counters. They came to Monrovia right in front of the Ministry of Health. Right in front of the Ministry of Health is where they stood and engaged the press. And yet still, we've not seen any practical action. The Minister of Finance was there. He has been making some appearances to justify the nonsense they wrote according SONA and gave it to the president, lied to the president, all of that. He's trying to defend and justify those garbage. And they themselves have said absolutely nothing. We've not seen any publication, any release, or any conversation about what the government desire or intention is. Could it be that the government is trying to ignore these people because they've taken to the press, they decided to come out? So that's why they're not saying anything. And why does the nation look quiet on it? Well, listen.
compensation today, they are neglecting our policy. So the journey to get all here, they have been a very long and rugged journey. We are also here to see the people, they are the legitimate owner of the resources that the government uses to pay people. So you think how long this movement will go for, this protest will go for? The reason we are here, we want to let the public know that we have been out of facilities since January 15, 2026. For people forced in the Ministry of Health are making it to look like a secret. They are making it to look like a political game. They keep following on. So you have not been working? We have not been working since the 15th. 7 counties now, 7 counties have been deprived of our surgical services because of our absence. Both the and after the incredible surgery, not for all incredible. Local county, local have 4 facilities.
Let me hold it. Are you listening? 7 counties have been denied surgical services because of the boycott. And this thing has been happening we are going to 1 month. And the entire country looks quiet. Politicians are speaking, they're not paying attention. But look, mind you, patients are dying. The finance minister is making all kinds of political appearances, and he's not said anything about the concern, what the government is intending to do. The president addressed the legislature. It makes I read, if you want, I will go back and read the portion of the president's SONA that focuses on the health sector. And this is primarily due to undercompensation, right? And I saw somebody posted that the finance minister said on that useless platform that they have increased salaries. Every time, from 2024 up to now, every day they speak to the nation, they say they have increased salary. But we don't know where. And we still have people abandoning their surgical offices or departments simply because of undercompensation. A framework designed to address undercompensation by the CDC and Mr. Weir is languaging, right? A progressive framework that addresses these things within the health sector of our country is languaging. It's not been looked at. 2 years and going to 3 years into the Unity Party rescue government, they've not done anything about it. And it's looking normal. Nobody is talking. Nobody's raising the concern. Nobody's making it an issue. And Creighton Duncan is talking. He wants to be president and he's attacking everybody. But in Sino County, this is a major point to talk about. He's not raised issue about that. You know, healthcare is at the core of any society's survival. A broken health system. You can imagine when you go to the hospital for services, that moment that you're in, and then you get there, the place that you're supposed to seek, the place that's supposed to be a place of hope, and you get there, all you see is hopelessness, distress, frustration, and abandonment. And that it is not the center of national conversation in the country. And so people want to be leaders in this country. They want to be this, they want to be that. They're all leaving it. Because you know what? The government has positioned itself in ways that it is the agenda setter. And I see a lot of our guys in the media, and particularly the ones who consider themselves as voices in the media. And Philip Brown, who feels he is the validator of anything in the country, he's not seeing the need to speak about this. 7 counties. Anybody going for whatever surgical procedure or operations in any of these counties, you can be attended to. You cannot be attended to. Our people have the money, so our people are dying as we speak. We don't have the mechanism to determine these things and go out there and know as a result of this crack, right? How many human beings dying here? How many people going this? We don't have the means to determine those things. So sometimes basically we just throw out the general advocacy out there, just to draw the attention of the government and partners. And in this instant case, it appears like the government doesn't care. And this is disheartening in this day and age. It's absolutely disheartening. But you know what they care about is what we're going to talk about. Their only concern is to sell the resources of Liberia. That's what they're concerned about. Yesterday, there was this publication in the front page African newspaper, and I found it very interesting. People are dying in the hospitals. Doctors are leaving the hospitals and all of that. The government don't care. They've not said anything, right? But what they care is to sell everything in this country. They go under the ground. And they're not even doing it the right way. The oil blocks. The only thing the government wants to do is to sell the oil blocks. Is to sell them. They grab any kind of 409 company anywhere, they bring them, we're selling oil block. We're selling oil block. Whether they have the capacity to do what they say they want to do, but those monies that will be coming is what the government is interested in the 6 years time. Anything you get to rack from this country, rack it. And when the people decide to boot you out, they boot you out, but you finish selling and you finish getting your own million. This is it. Because no serious government will let the thing go for as long as it has. So Liberia's long-running quest to transition from an oil-producing hopeful to an actual producer, right? As a country, we've always wished for that. But it has to be done in ways that meet best standards and guarantee the ultimate outcome. But anything on the contrary means people are designing these things to steal from the country. And it's important for us to remind our citizens about these things so that in times to come, people will remember. So this quest has come under serious scrutiny, particularly following reports that the government of Liberia, headed by Joseph Nima Boakai, has prepared to award 9 offshore petroleum blocks to 5 foreign firms under circumstances described as controversial and, of course, unclear. Controversial and unclear. Are you getting me? I just told you about how the government turned it back from the health system and the things that's affecting our people. People are dying across some of these countries are countries that you are from, but Immanuel is supporting the rescue. You need to call to your county hospitals and ask. When you hear the conversation, just call back home and ask the people. Right? And ask the people and know. Sometimes it's good to do that. But the government said their focus not there. The government is running beyond BM and, of course, terrorist organizations around the world to come here, say we get oil, we're selling the oil. In other countries, like Ghana and other places, Ghana, Senegal, what they did, they took years to prepare their citizens. Even Guinea right here, with their own iron ore deposit, they send young students, brilliant, intelligent students, they send it out on scholarship. Government sponsor scholarship to learn engineering, petroleum engineering. So while you are going to look for a company to come and to can start producing oil in the country, you need to prepare the nation, prepare its citizens, so that the benefits from that oil that will be produced in the country comes to the country in mass. But no, the leaders are not thinking about that. The leaders are only concerned about the signature bonus and the money that will come quietly right now. They get that. Whatever happens in the future, that's up to the country and the rest of the people that will be here. And this is the pattern. That's how the United Party have committed Liberia to long-term deals in this country. They don't care about preparing the country to say when this thing comes to fruition, this is the extent to which we want to see citizens' involvement, we want to see the proceeds, right, and all of that. Look at the APM terminal deal. 25 years. Look at the Acelometer, another 25 years. Up to 2050. As a country, we can boast, as Acelometer have already said, that they are transitioning to phase 2, which is manufacturing and all of that. How many Liberians are well prepared to be the experts, the engineers in those areas? And then when the people transition 5 years from now and the real work starts, then they start to bring Indian and foreigners to work there. Then we can't sit down on radio again and start complaining about hiring foreigners. But can the government prioritize your interests before these things happen? No. Your lawmakers, are they concerned? Do they even ask this question? Does it even cross their mind? Even your president, does it cross his mind that no, we have to prepare the future of the country for this sector? Why are we in rush? How many petroleum engineers do we have in Liberia? This is a country where you have people that are always willing to be under other people, So the few so-called educated elite who organize themselves and form partnership with some illicit companies and bring them to this country here, and then they be the front liners trying to secure and moving from office to office, going from influential people home to their churches and meeting them and telling them, oh, you got to pass this, that my man, that our company, that our interest, go there, he has no stake. Only for a temporary kickback. And they will sell the country. That contract will get signed. As soon as the foreigner get the contract, 1 year, 2 years, they kick that Liberian who are fronting for them out. So then take over. But you have a concession. You can do a jink thing. You were only valuable to the people temporarily, and now they've gotten what they've gotten. And yourself, you've already gotten what you wanted. You wanted to fly private, go to places, take holidays. At that moment, while you were the lobbyists, they gave you those privileges now. You did not ask. And you want those people to come, use their money, and train your citizens, right? And put them there when the people want themselves to be there. So when the people come, they start to renege on it. Then you say, oh, they put you on higher. Then we, the ordinary people now, they manipulate us. They manipulate the communities. But the government will not leave it far ahead. This government has no plan. They say, okay, since we are exploring possibility of oil production in Liberia, let's go to the different universities. Every year, let's take five persons from the engineering departments and send them out for advanced specialized studies, right? After 6 years, we bring in 20 petroleum engineers, for example. Well-satisfied petroleum engineers. And these people come and start working for the country and start establishing means. Because when these people come, when the oil has been produced here, right, the money gonna stay right here. Whatever businesses that they open, they will hire their brothers and sisters, the money will stay here. But there's a country that does not think in those directions. People prefer, look at Gregory, what he did with the police. He has been killing this country, fighting, only to take it and give it to Lebanese. Millions have been going out of this country to Lebanon and other people. What are they doing? In fact, to the extent where they're prepared to take it from a Liberian company and give it to a foreigner. And the president aided and abetted that for the past 2 years. And I saw your lawmaker of District 17, Blue Benson, raising issue about that because Blue equally has an interest in LTM. People are so selfish in this country to the extent when you see them even going against their own kinsmen for foreign interests, and you'll be wondering, how will this country go forward? He knows. Listen to this.
Liberia's renewed push to become an oil-producing nation is facing a fresh controversy. A civil society group, Liberia Early Warning Watch, or LU Watch, says the government is preparing to award non-offshore oil blocks to foreign companies that may lack the technical capacity to drill. The civil society group LU Watch warns that the government is preparing to award non-offshore petroleum blocks to 5 foreign firms on what it describes as questionable circumstances. The group says the plant production sharing contracts could repeat the same mistakes that have stalled Liberia's petroleum ambitions for years. Luwach says its review shows that some of these companies do not specialize in offshore oil exploration and may lack the technical.
Okay. So the people here even preferring over Liberian do not even have review of their portfolio, have shown that they do not even have the technical ability. But yet still you're prepared to sell it. So you have a repeat of the Arthur Easy situation. What will happen? They will come here, they will give small money to UP politicians, and then they will beat the system, and they will give these things, and the people will go out there, they sell it and make millions. They both brought the same Arthur Easy man back in the picture. The man who came here and paid less than 500,000 to Liberia went and made over 200 million. And the same pattern, they're doing it. So the reason why I always like to go for these things, because these are ones that tie to the future of the country. So the United Party is not only destroying us now, they're destroying even the future. That's why most times when UP leaves power, right, the scourges of UP bad rule and misgovernance, right, keep hunting the country down, that it becomes a whole struggle for any successive leadership, right, to grapple with the challenges adequately. Because they commit the country to terrible deals in ways that our hands are tied. To the point where even they themselves cannot untie. And they come around here, they're doing these things, and it is happening, and the integrity groups are signaling it, but yet still the country is sitting idly, and of course so dormant, and all of these things is happening. And 5-6 years from now, when the ripple effects of these terrible national decision making starts to haunt the country, then these idiots will come here and act like moral voices after damaging the country. So what will happen if we invest, since we are convinced that we have oil potential in the country, that we invest and empower Liberian firms to take over these things, but we'll sell them again to foreigners. Foreigners will come, they will take over, they will sign long-term deals with them, right? 10 years, when the law says not more than 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, they will give it to them. The guys don't have zero capacity. They just want that paper or that concession. As soon as you give it to them, they give you small money, give it to them, they carry it. They go flip it. What kind of country can learn from its past, its mistake, keep repeating it? But again, this is what you get if the electorate themselves cannot punish people for their bad actions in the past. For 12 years, these people destroyed Liberia. Liberian people got in the street. They were prepared to dance in people water to return these same people back to power. So when the same people come back to power, they take their playbook from the past. They see what they damaged for 12 years the country. They bring the same group of people back. It's a vicious cycle. Nothing is changing anytime soon. Our job is to be on the record. We'll make this exposure and eye openers. We'll let you know that even when you're taking the decisions and the actions, you take it from an informed position. You're already aware and you deliberately choose to do it. That's what it becomes. That's the level of national and patriotic abandonment that's happening to Liberia. We talk it, they don't. But what's going to happen? It's going to obviously pass. What have we not said about the Asilometer deal? Ours is to talk. At the end of the day, the people who are getting the money, the people who they pay, they close their mouth, it pass. Say, my man, what can you do? That's the playbook. That's the that's the operation of the United Party. That's what they do. And then when they get the millions and whatever kickbacks they get, they become elites. They look down on the commoners. They go to the court, they take some papers and come and look at disadvantaged community and lay claim to them. And render thousands homeless. And they're elite now. They're getting illicit money already. So they're rich people. They're classic. They're thinking classic. They don't want to live and exist with the poor people, the common people anymore. Oh, the common people are making noise in the street. So you gotta send the city police, clear them out. Let them go find something to do. What are they going to do? Who cares? Let them go back to the interior and make fun. Those are the conversations they have in their secret corners. But guess what? The people have waited the sake of the ordinary people and they know it so. You can't stand for anything. So they can do it to you. They finish. Election time, they come back. Right? They use rhetorics on you. And you yourself will start turning as enemy on each other. You will fight each other on their behalf when they finish. Right? Because you're so envious. You don't like yourself. But you like it when one of you change and stop to identify with you. You prefer worshiping that person than the one that remain with you, but you hate them because they have some level of opportunity. And you resist them, you throw them out because you want you to remain. This is what the elite want. To remain at one level, stagnated right there. Folks, the future is being robbed, the present is being robbed, and we are in a long haul. We're in a mess, complete mess. Sometimes when we're saying these things, you don't get the full picture, but we mean it when we say we're in a deep mess. Look around you. For 2 years and counting, the government that promised to rescue us, all of its promises it made, all of everything it said that they said they were going to address, all of them remain unaddressed. Look at our roads. Extremely in deplorable conditions, unpliable in most instances. The government that brags that in 100 days, she was going to ensure that all our primary roads are paved, right? And pliable. Look at right here, clay. Just right nearby. We can get a good road there. But they will jump from here because a lot of you do not have the means to know what is happening in the Southeast. They will not tell you about bombing road because it's easier for you to just go and verify that one. But they will tell you about the Southeast. What will take the whole 6 years, you'll not even go to verify it. That even if media verification comes up, right, you will still be manipulated against it. So basically what they will do, during convenient period, they will hire few media actors, carry them, and come back, and they will say, as of, basically they're reporting as of the moment that they went there. They will set the stage. And say, gentlemen, I got to the minute from here. We'll go. And they will go, they will come back. They'll put you under the impression that it is done. After the 6 years, you still keep hearing government talking about paving the Southeast road. And you'll be like, but what happened? I thought the people said they paved the road. They said electricity, they will stabilize electricity. The first 1 year, 2024, you all remember that heat period? When we couldn't sleep in this town under the watch. There came a change of leadership. For whatever natural reason, we started receiving electricity. Even though, clearly, there is no infrastructure, administrative, institutional addition that has happened from what existed. That you say, oh, this is additional capacity that guarantee for, something new in the sector. That has not happened. But yet still, because current was owned by the same infrastructure that was there, with no additional capacity, no additional souls, nothing. Just there. But they blame food the country again. Power. And I listen to the unsuspecting. I listen to one lady from, I think, one of these markets. Oh, right now, current stable. I don't know what her language right now. Even the senator, a whole senator, what you expect to be aware of what is going on in the country, sat and brag. The point at which a senator will consider is supposed to be from an informed position, right? That when you see everything, you can be reacting, temporarily. How come the people who are supposed to know themselves don't know? They're dumb. As a senator, I have access to get information and all that, right? I have to review LEC and know, okay, since we came to power, the government of Liberia have allocated this. The government, since we came to power, we bought additional HFO, brand new, or we repaired the HFO capacity, or we've done this. So this is going to generate additional SYZ. So added to this, that means these things were not there, we brought it. Then you can go sit down on radio as a senator and start to brag about when last you put your generator on. So today, what can that same senator say? What can that same senator say? The generators are on. They're making noise everywhere. So what kind of country are we? We are not solving problems, though. We're just going in cycle, pretending that we're doing something. We're not doing nothing. I talk about the roads, the energy, healthcare. You will improve service delivery and, of course, guarantee welfare for healthcare providers. And you cannot argue that the government before you made efforts and address a component of the health provider, the doctors. The doctors' conditions and welfare were made better than what they were when the CDC inherited. Because all of the problems can be solved at once. So you've come. You say, even with what the CDC did, and all of those doctors went against the CDC and all of that, right? You've come, you say, you could make it better than that. So the question becomes, in 2 years down the road, what have you done? Anesthetists are abandoning their job. Go to the clinics. Go to the public facilities. The situation is dire to the point where medical officers have small bags, or they have boxes at the different public facilities now. For patients, distressed patients, to go and put money there. And start from your bill, but you got to go and put money there. When you go to JFK and other places, they get small bags, you put money inside. You know what? They collect these monies to buy small things for the hospitals, the clinics. Go out station, go out of the city. To the medical center. Almost no roof. Security. Everything you promised on failed. You've not done anything. But in the country where the people themselves are not even asking questions, but what you told us. So where do we look now? Where do we look? Somebody will say somewhere in your bunch of gibberish. A government that fails to adequately communicate truthfully what it has done tells you that clearly it has done absolutely nothing. Because the movement of the sonar is not a movement to go tell lies and come by and start correcting, and people got to be checkmating and all of that. That is a clear indication that indeed the government has failed the people. Because why will you go lie if you have the facts? If you have the actuality, why will you go lie? Pretty much tell me, why should or would the government choose to lie when the things are there? Because it is not there. They've not done it. They're unable to do it. All we know, for the past 2 years, the president has embarked on the most useless travels that have brought absolutely no dividend to Liberia. When you say it, The fanatics will be like, oh, you ain't like the pape. But should it be about liking the pape, or it should be about pushing the pape to deliver? Because he said he had the magic. He knew what to do. So what should it actually be about now? It should be about other countries, leaders that they can celebrate, leaders that they like, and all of that they cheer, are leaders that deliver measurable outcomes, not rhetorics. Measurable outcomes. When you come to rescue, they provide you fake data, inaccurate updates. That's what they give you. Things that when you go to verify, absolutely you can't find anything. And this is why I like this one. They said, as Benedict Cummings said on yesterday, because the biggest thing the UP folks said about this old man was that he had experience. He's been in government. And that anybody wanting to be president will have to demonstrate an equal or near equal level of experience to him. And so with what we are seeing now as governance outcome in Liberia, if that is the experience people were heralding and saying that a person needs before becoming president of Liberia, then there is no need to have experience. If all the experience they were talking about, Baka get experience, but and with the governance outcome we are seeing today, or you go to the hospitals, you're catching hell, you go to the schools, hell, then there is no need to have an experience now, or any kind of experience. You just need people who know what they can do. Because Baka, I have absolutely proven that he does not know what he can. He does not understand anything. He's not even governing. He's just a feel good for nothing waste of a public servant who's just been here feeding on sympathy, passing around on sympathy, mere sympathy. He learned nothing. He's achieved nothing. And that's why he's so desperate for personal accumulations. So desperate for it. To accumulate for himself, to himself. Because he's absolutely done nothing. And when it comes to the country, he lies about it. This man said he promised fight against corruption. Right? Isn't that what he promised? This man comes here. We've been making noise about stealing at the Lofa Community College. He's taking no action because he benefited from the proceeds. There is an illegal $10 million villa in Foya, which he said he had no idea the people passed me. Is that the way to run country? Somebody wake up from BNU and take $10 million from the country and go build villa in your name. Then you come back and say, no, boy, but you punish nobody. And somebody said that government experience there. You punish nobody. Right? Government experience. Your people wrote speech for you. Your minister fed you with inaccurate data, mis and disinformations to deceive the Liberian public to believe in what is not real. And you presented it. Right? Disgracing the country and disgracing yourself. And up to now, no accountability. Nobody has been suspended. Nobody dismissed. Nobody takes responsibility. And it looks normal that anybody can desecrate a public platform and the whole president can be fed with inaccurate data and he mount the podium and misinform and disgrace his office and bring the office of the president of the country to public disrepute in the face of our partners. And nobody loses the job. Nobody takes responsibility, and it's okay. And it's just okay. What kind of president is that? This is an ineffective, inefficient, passive leader. That's what you have. A zero sum. He means no value to himself, no value to even his children, because mind you now, when he lost power, he could barely. All along when Boubacar pursued the presidency, did you see any of his children proud standing by him? No. That was not a demonstration of a responsible father. Responsible father, no matter whatever you're in, wherever your children, they will come, they will rally around you. But if your children prefer the alternative to you, and if your children can even prefer not standing with you when they should be standing with you, underpins a deep-seated disapproval for your personality and your character. And that is disdainful. It's absolutely disdainful. And if there's any dishonor brought upon the character of this old man, it begins with his family. It begins with his wife, his children. When publicly they could not even stand with him, they had to take other people's children for whatever vested interest to even rally and put fuel in his vehicle and took him to hospitals when his own children, biological children, were working and making money. All of that did not ring any bell to you. The person he worked with for 12 years could not even vouch for his reputation and all of that. He is an all-round hateful old man, filled with vengeance. And it's terrible. No country makes progress with such a person. No country makes progress with such a person. In the country, you think the country belongs to you and you deny other people. You set up the government in ways to ostracize a vast majority of the people and call them names. Look at the society, how it looks so infested with hate and disapproval for one another. Nobody want to see their friend. Nobody want to see their friend having anything. And somebody say we should all be okay and be clapping and be quiet about that. For what? Nonsense. No matter what, it's just going to be for some time. It's not going to be forever. It's going to be for sometimes. So we mean, friend, when we're speaking truth to power, you brought a good for nothing, unproductive, wicked, heartless old man and pulling over the country. Look at the country, it's stagnated. All we see is wickedness everywhere, breaking people's homes, poor people, caring less about them. No humanity. The government has demonstrated no compassion. It does not visit the hospital. What major transformation has happened to JFK since Boubacar became president? What has he brought there? When we as president, he brought that lesson. Right? He supported the maternity war. You saw his wife going there. When the last time you saw Katumo make any supporting donation to any of the referral hospitals here? The last time we checked, she carried a bed sheet and put a picture on it. Pinsville. Look at those kinds of people. You think you think you can get anything from these people? Extremely worthless. You think how we want our country to be going? You think how we want it? And everybody got to say now. Is it with that 6 years? What a nonsense. 6 years? You think you inherited your power fortune? Where are you? You're a mere beggar around here. I live on loan. Where is it? Living on loan. You're a mere beggar around here living on loan. For you to bring the country together, hold the country, identify brilliance, support them, right? You can't tell people this, that, that's it. And somebody will pamper you because you woo. So because you woo now. Eh? Because you woo. So hell all of you.
Go to IB Bank.
Look at that mess.
More than 5 times. Because I want
From
to make
this
sure I
state
have something in my account that I can
to the
pay
highest
back.
office.
I mean,
From here.
the fact
Look
labor
at that.
loans go to
After
IB
12
Bank,
years.
I borrow money more
I
than
had 12
5
years
times.
sitting as vice president of the
Because
country,
I want to make sure I have
crying
something in my
for
account that
for
I can
help.
pay back.
And today,
I mean,
you're sending police people,
labor loans
they're
go to
breaking
IB
people's
Bank.
homes,
I borrow money more than 5 times
pushing Liberians into
because I want to
poverty.
make sure I have something in my account.
Responsible
that I can live
families who have
I mean,
lived,
the
they've
fact
earned something,
labor
they're managing
loans go to
themselves,
IB
sending their children
Bank.
to
I
school.
borrow money more than 5 times.
No compassion, heartlessness, wickedness. That's what happens if you get unsuccessful people power. They don't see beyond their unsuccessful nature. They don't see beyond it. And the thing is that easy, so you can go ahead and break other people, send them back. What you could not even do for yourself, other people go with something. Let's take calls randomly. Let's hear your thought. The Liberia today. What do you think? Was this what voted for? Was this a change? Where do you think this country is going? Where are we going? You feeling proud? 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 886 500 104 are the numbers to call. So your thought on the rescue government. Where do you think they've brought us? Do you feel rescue across any sector? What is in healthcare? What is in education? Where can you look and say, oh, as a result of this one, where? When? 2 years, approximately. I mean, under his health care, sanitation. Let's go to this. So 2 years, approximately 13,500 children have been reunified with their families. About 4,000 of these have returned to school, while over 3,700 caregivers gain support through grants, training, and family programs. So all these things, where are they? Who are those benefiting from this one? So Lala. Thanks to a philanthropist support, we have received 5 containers filled with various items, including children's clothing and shoes. The Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection is collaborating with the Ministry of Education to make sure these items are delivered to school-aged children across the country. I have an information about this whole Ministry of Gender and the children, that they're even the rape victims and other people. But there is one part of it that I need that Bench Cookney, I ain't lay here on that one yet. The day I blasted, they will know. Under the Realize project, the government provided income support through cash transfer to over 15,000 poor households. Listen to this. The president said in 2025, he provided 15,000 households, poor households, delivering over $1 billion Liberian dollars to help them cover basic household needs. $1 billion Liberian dollars. All the fire victims are in the country here, 2025, that you did not even identify with, but you have $1 billion that you're sharing around. Right? No fire victim, no flood victim benefited. That up to now, right? Your disaster management people are still grappling to justify the disbursement of disaster funds made available by partners. The Liberia Women Empowerment Project also reached 3,300 women with income support and is expanding to benefit over 32,000 more women across several counties. These efforts promote economic opportunities and household welfare. You're running the government on literature. You pile up literatures and present false narrative and false image of a nation that's failing under your watch, a nation embroiled in deep-seated hatred for one another, a nation losing out on its many years of social capital gains, and you sit there and they write fake literatures and present it to you, and you think you're taking this country anywhere? Youth development. Mr. Speaker, honorable members of the legislature, fellow Liberians, young people who make up over half the population are Liberia's greatest asset. This year, we advanced youth development by launching the National Youth Policy 2025-2030 to 2030 and the Youth Peace and Security Action Plan. The president's own youth council that he set up, there has been, I don't know how many resignations in 2 years from his youth council, indicating inefficiency within the youth council. That every time people are resigning and leaving the council, and that tells you how unserious the president is about when it comes to the young people. All he does is deploy armed police officers and deny the young people their daily bread and their means of hustle. That's what he has done. Right? Mr. Speaker, honorable members of the legislature, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, sports unite people and foster discipline, teamwork, and national pride. To support this, the government and B Mountain Mining Corporation are launching football academies in both in Bonk and Montserrado counties, creating direct routes to national teams, and encouraging professionalism and growth in Liberia's sports sector. As good as this may sound, but there's too many issues that's wrong with this. But let's wait and see how it plays out. We prioritize at-risk youth with drug prevention and rehabilitation and upgraded the Youth Agriculture Training Center, housing. Mr. Speaker and members of the legislature, providing adequate housing remains a priority. Many Liberians live in overcrowded, insecure conditions. To address this, the National Housing Authority will begin building 600 social housing units across 6 counties in February of this year. Last year, Mr. President, you promised 100 schools across that were going to commence, and shamefully you could not even report on it. So what's the guarantee that this year, as you're promising 600 homes, you will do it? When the 100 schools that you promised, up to now, you have not even broken ground for it. Transparency and accountability. Mr. Speaker, a member of the legislature, Liberia's long-standing governance challenges have weakened our institution and eroded public trust. My administration is committed to restoring confidence through strengthening integrity, accountability, and transparency. A step in this direction is a requirement for heads of institutions to sign performance contracts and comply with clearly defined standards under our newly established performance management and compliance system. Something that actually failed. They launched it, they signed it, but we saw absolutely nothing. We just saw media organizations doing performance rating and evaluation. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 221 86 500 104 are the numbers to call, and we can take a few calls on this. It's 9 o'clock already. We transition to the Satan issue right here on the Freedom Money Rise. This caller, good morning.
Good morning, Ega. Sorry, Abu. You know, Abu, you elaborated very well on the issues. But you know, Mr. Bwaga is somebody who life has failed this old man. This is why his family neglected him when he lost power. Because any proud father who will do things for his family, no matter what, the family will always stand with you. But because people like you took your time and explained to our Liberian people who Mr. Bwaga was, and people did not believe you, and today you see the calamity we find ourselves in. Let me tell you about that shoe that he talked about. If you remember the 2016 expired tuna fish Bwaga brought to this country. Similarly, that's how he brought the old shoes, how he, who told his school going kid are wearing heels to go to school. They updated school, shoes. They told some recently they carry the river said to distribute. When they get the shoes to the children, they say, they won't get for you. You put it back in the bed. They brought everything back to Monrovia. They use an AFL truck to carry the shoes over there. AFL people escorted them with a truck.
So they went and took died and brought it to the country and said they brought shoes.
Died. Some of the shoes are peeling. They are peeled totally. With those snow with brother dresses and what we call Diamond Day Bear Balance Trouser. Who wearing those kind of clothing like brother nowadays? So that Bwaga is not a serious man. This is why you always go take him from the trash and put in container and bring it to like people like he brought Aspire tuna fish in 2016. He's not a serious man. We can't take this man to be a serious person. This is a man who told us say he reduced flour price from 35 to 35. You think him to be serious? He's not serious. We are in it, man, brother. We just need to stand up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And this is it, right? Just important sometimes to sit down, you look around you, see, are we making progress? Are we going in any actual direction? Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother Abu. And good morning to the morning family. My name is Otis Bagley. I do join you from District 11, the most abandoned district in Montreal County. Well, thank you for the topic. And you said it all. The government came to power with lies. And you know the decent lie is very difficult. Even to say lie, it's very difficult. The government here is lying to people. They create their job. And you can see the job. They do this. You can see this. They are investing in you. Where are they investing in you? But the only thing they ought to do is to run behind the yellow boys every day. Running behind the yellow boys, taking our brother and sister goose on them. And before the people go and get a goose, they will pay a huge amount of money and not even get a correct goose back. Why this government is doing this is bringing suffering on the Liberian people and they say the king of rescue. Is this a rescue? A question we are asking them every day. Is this a rescue? Then we have Minister Samuel Johnson responding to Alexander Cummings on a reckless saying, but Abu, we are really suffering these people here. We can't wait for 2029 to change these people from power because they are not doing nothing beneficial for the Liberian people. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Go ahead.
Yeah. The name is Abu. I'm calling for something that I'm criticism for. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you so much. God bless you for the kind work. You see, Abu, this coming 2 years, you cannot even compare it to President we are 6 months. I can put my name on the tapping board. You can't compare the coming 2 years President we are 6 months. Because President we are 6 months, he did some tangible things. He don't many wrong, but he processed. He brought the whole administration in the University of Lapico. The whole administration before people will stay on lot to bring tire before registering. He brought the whole administration. In the 6 months, the people of World Beach who are living in devastating houses where I live for 14 good years. We change our new houses to the modern concrete. In person, we have 6 months. Some of the 14 medical hospital. So I have seen about every year coming. Where you take money from? Last thing, the solar legacy around town. It is the vision of the former power minister He started with prison room. This government has nothing to show. All the letters have nothing to show. So come to the now, we'll read that our president is absolutely Dr. George Kupoma. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Thank you. This is the voice of the Lord who are trying to sing out this morning. Abu, there's a famous song called The Egyptian I See Today. You will not see them no more. Right? What do I mean by that? Abu, you were here. Come up from the we have said 18,000 and no more. The joy that I see today, the thing that you taking from you, when you leave power, you will not see the thing. People say, come up from the very dictator. How a dictator who protest, a dictator will get a water. What play part of the way not see that Abu? But people, they say Yana born yesterday, or on Magley Street, they want for job to go. They didn't leverage the former president there. Go anywhere, motorcycle, anywhere you want to arrive there. The window is situation. Okay? This is the man who killed doctor. We in Gary, say understand the struggle. We tell the former president we are men who play in Morocco, play France, who know about development, who know how to level people. I will see all of the getting back. If you want to play getting for, then nobody has to be in our body that transform life according compared to the former president we are. But because the difficulty, say decide the personality law. Okay? People brothers say, yeah, they are here. These are the poor not crying. There's the reason why I say that so. The Egyptian I see today, you never see them no more. Today people are crying. See people people women, people want to person it. That's a principle for when you're advocate. Say no, don't do it. These are our people. We need shelter for our people. Say don't make the poor women. Abu, the men said it. For yeah, we are King John. King John today, what is sharp up on it? You remember what we are went there. You better say something. The we are today, the King John are taking. You got people that you not tell you for all looking. They put 4 years, 5 money going down today. So you see, it's a lesson. Okay? They see happening for Israel. Now what happening is happening today. You will never then today before president come back again, then you will not be saying on Megan Screen, if you tell all kind of so, someone who gonna say a problem, someone who gonna say how you take and try to collaborate with you. Say no, you don't want it. You want to open paper, who have for the 2 year experience, and what they experience God, try to read the the lesson cheap, okay?
And fly private jet. And flying private jet all over the place.
And fly private jet. These are the kind of no. Wait, let me Abu in the middle. You know me level for the we are. So let me say to the Abu the men. If you look at John, we are doing don't laugh. Anything John will tell you is near the important of the art. Okay? These are the kind of person that people look and say, because I go and say, they don't want to see the man. You know me think that we are done for the country? You know me think? Anytime John will tell something, it's a talking to person. Don't put politics aside, bro. Look at we are, look at the man, and look at other people that been living over. Look at the poor that you're doing. See there?
For the man, Les says, yeah, all the things that you say you won't do, he did it. When you go, your fire catch a play, he say, we'll beat it, and move from there. He never lie.
He never lie. But I'm not to say, you don't rap out today, where is Baka today? But I'm not to say, you got whip out, the guy ran a whip out car there. So, our people put in really, people will make a town poor, that the dollar, they just sense to see the pain. And when they come from there, they mean the next year of Black produce, don't know how to operate with them. Okay? So we get us now. We are not saying was super emo, but at least these are the government and made the fact. We do something, and we say strongly. We don't say everything, okay. Look at one for the speech like you will see so many things. These are the kind of men, God fearing men, God care that kind of men to all. Look at the woman, and enter the room. Sonny, he shouts the way to do for her. But look at things. But today, you cook it not door education with E, and then a school fee, what's up to the choice school today? And we don't cry yet. Can you imagine Abu? Some of all who put the right there with my daughter in trouble now. I'm thinking, I'm not in jail, I'm military. Can you imagine? They had me at the man power.
Okay. Well said. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sometimes it's good to give the people time to speak their mind. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Abu, and thank you, man. This is Edmond Carr, and I'm the visually impaired that pushing for the return of President Weah. 2029.
Go ahead.
You know, what blessed the CDC government, it was the government was financially disciplined. But when you look at the Baga government, they're getting nothing from anywhere, and they are not financially disciplined. They are wasteful. Because where in the world you will have a president that is having two different convoys? He used one of the convoy on the quota. When you go in where he will go on the Molly Road, he got an other convoy that he can use.
You mean he has two set of motorcade?
Oh yeah. The George Weah car that he left is what he used to go dig into the Molly area where there is no quota. When you see him using that lesser, meaning he wouldn't stop into Nima, he stop into Banga, Kakata, Bikiana.
On the quota.
But when you're going beyond, Nima County into Grand Gila County, he using George Weah Uno convoy that he left. That the kind of woman we got here. Check it out. It's a serious money, President. You said that car was not in good condition for you to use. That was the reason why when you pay $1.2 million for a lesser vehicle. How can now, when you are going, President the loafer, the George Weah car you will use? Because you don't want for your Leicester to spoil. The kind of president we got yet. Look, the health sector is a mess. But the people that the reason why you are not hearing people speaking up from the beginning, it was because they kind of a leadership style that they brought to muscle people, to track people off their job. That is the reason why the people were kind of quiet. But things are now okay in the health sector. If you have a pregnant woman you take to any government hospital, they will tell you, if the woman delivered by herself, this is why you will pay. If you go on an operation, this is why you will pay. The moment the woman is in pay, you tell the woman to the hospital, they demand you to pay the operational fee. They will tell you, say, pay. If she go on an operation, will refund your money. But the grace of God, when the woman delivered by herself, that money can never be refunded to you.
And that the money they can be after.
Oh yeah, that's what to do. So that is the one thing that you make it put the acquire. Look at the household, 15,000 household. When you talk about 15,000 household, you know how many family? So family, like, I'm here in the house, I'm the head of this home. That is a household. So now I got 5 dependents. Some people got 6 dependents, some people got 7 dependents. That 15,000 times some horses, 6 person in there, 7 person in there, 8 person in there.
Let's just 6 on the average.
Yeah, 6 on the average. You know how many family you are making intervention, my brother? You know how many family you attach their life? Look, I was listening to Taiwan yesterday when you say government need to be careful with numbers. Because these numbers are just intended to disgrace you. Because the very people that you're talking that you impacted their life, they live in the community, they live in the district, they are struggling to even get called to borrow their rent. But you tell all that, you are making impact.
They're fake numbers, they're la-la numbers.
Your la-la number, it just come out with number 239,000 school feeding program. They were going to go to the let's study. You can't even get that number in government school. Where are you getting that number from your government school? I didn't want government school right outside the Muscle rather yet. The graduating class was 11 students. Right here, Muscle 11 students in class, graduating. Then you tell us 239,000. So you really think yourself we are a fool? We are not. But like you said, that is the way the Unity Party people do. When they come to power, the little money that they will get, they will use it for themselves and their family. They want to leave the scene, the government that will come, completely strengthen it. That is what happened to see the Freeport today, the MPA terminal. That deal is there, it's haunting us. Look at the other hotel they put RIA, 30 years. It is there, it's haunting us. They are giving additional 25 years to make them still. It will be haunting us, we will be here. So that's Unity Party right there. But the Liberian people, you know, Now my fear is 2029. What next? Because you guys have done your best. If anything go forbid, 100 times go the other way around, who do we have stepping in the gap again? That my fear though. Because you guys could have gone for your job now. You want to qualify. People then the KOK was called to go be on the bumper show. You said, no, I will be here with the Liberian people. So go for bed in the Liberian people because they see Mercy Association 2029. What become of us? Will you guys continue to be here? No. You got to move on with your life. So who next? Who step in the gap? These are the things we need to stop thinking about and re-accountability and correcting ourselves that it's not about George Weah. It is about us. George Weah can live in the country. He can live in the life that he want to live. But it is for me. It is for my children. It is for my brother. It is for my sister. Don't think about Liberia.
Okay.
Or else the one that you're talking about. It will be wasted than the one that we are in today. Thank you, brother. May God be with you guys.
Thank you very kindly. His name is Edmond Carr. And so let's take more calls. Good morning. Morning, sir.
I'm Dennis Curry, calling from Somalia Drive. Thank you for the show, my brother. You know, we're not going to get anything from the owner, my brother. Say for instance, they started in the CPP. What happened? The woman take over. CPP break down. So, there's 3 political parties. The woman take over. They break down. Whole country, we're not able to control. Here, won't buy if they won't get control the place, they will take control, give it to the kind of person. So what you're seeing, we will get from the woman. I just say here, the woman, he has found, he got the intelligence or he got the experience to extract money from us. That is very hard. I think, what is wrong with the man, charity, woman gets, he got experience to speak from us, right? He get experience to take our money and go pay and the zero housing. He get experience to pull not to every day. So what kind of human people care? We say we get something for our we just do the talking until they say everything. Thank you for the show, my brother.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me take the last and then we'll move to something else. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Morning.
Yes, Emmanuel W. Wesley. I'm calling from King John. Abu is perfecting to destroy the country. I heard Mo Ali talking yesterday how get man, whatever,
Shushan boards. We buy pushers, all of them.
You know, I sat in my little color and told the people that they lie to us and they will continue lying to us. They will lie to us and take away power. Thank you for the show.
Thank you very kindly. And so we do for this segment. It's important to have these kinds of organic conversation about what the people feel about the government. Are there still expectations? Are there hope? All of the hopes are disappearing. These are apolitical views. These are just the organic way the people feel about the country and the government and the president, to be particular. But guess what? Those in power, they're okay, they're comfortable. For as long as when more ends, the country money, the taxes we pay go to them, it's okay. So whether the social services are being delivered, they don't care. All they care is on more end, they say, okay, we finish paying all the people in government. So that's it. Whether what we are paying them for, they're delivering it or not, no, we don't care. They let people keep talking. Whether the people are fixed, but once everybody working to Ministry of Public Works gets their pay, it's okay. The ultimate objective for which we are paying these people, when whether they achieve or not, is none of our business. Let's just keep running the government. let's just keep running the government. We're paying salaries of the few of us that are in office, and the people are going to the hospitals and there's no medication and all of that. It's okay for as long as we're able to pay ourselves. And when we are asked, all we have to say, but look, we are paying people's salary on time. How many of the people's salaries that you're paying on time? How many are we constituting the general majority of the country? The welfare company, the people. Where's the people in governance? Where's the people in leadership? Becomes the issue that we need to look at. So let me see what we're going to begin here with. Leadership and representation. It's quite important. It's quite important. Okay. Some quotes from yesterday. I said, Prince told, very wicked, my children. They broke our places down. We don't have nowhere to go. Then I hear say they gave him 60,000 for us. Then he said he will give us 3 million LD. We are almost 200 people. How much will each get with this kind of things? We're going to Satan demolition victims cry out. You're going to the Satan demolition, but something happened yesterday that touched my heart. I will talk about briefly. But let's listen to this other one. Right here. Nobody to talk for her. Even our representative Prince, he couldn't say anything. He was there. When I talk about the power, even talk about differences. But I can't stand for the people. When they call representative, when you tell the question your people negotiate, we can't say anything. The law is the law. Then when you represent it now, the people we supposed to be talking for, you standing on and making them homeless. Then you telling the people say the law is the law. You listen?
You can see me. I'm not well. I said it on the social media. I'm not well. You see me? I'm sick. If you see me like that, I'm sick. I'm not well. I'm sick. And me much when I was the other one you can't do somebody. I'm not really well. So much. I expected it for me to suffer. I'm sick. Nobody to talk for her. Even our representative Prince, he couldn't say anything. He was there. When I talk about the power, even talk about differences. Yeah. So you see, folks, this is where we are. The time I can't agree with that, at least you'll talk for us. You'll say something. So to the morning debate, but just before the clarity, right? How the whole money issue started. About money for the victim and right? And all of that. Just go down a little bit to read to you some of what happened. But listen, yesterday, some members of the community went to the court.
Okay. After winning the case, you come back on the net to people like your parents told to. This was told by Pedro Johnson herself. If you don't no number and last thing is 19. Your children acting on the property today now. They use that as the administrator. But you just say the administrator for the ethics. He is dead 2 years ago.
Okay. So the parents of the current people were the one who gave you permission. And they went to court.
Yes.
They won
the case.
And they did not come back to say no. So all your tenants are the one who fighting you.
Yes. The
grantor are the one
fighting me now.
Do you have documents?
Tell me what documents all Are you presenting your document? No, just wait a second. Anybody can keep.
So why are you to the court if you have evidence that the people who your own grandchild are the one who fighting? What are you here to the court?
We came to the court to want to seek justice, to get a lawyer, because we as individuals cannot go to the court and pray for zero information, because only a lawyer can do that.
Okay.
So the lawyer will go there and then ask the court for the case file, to examine the case file and understand how the ruling went, and then we can take for and see whether you move to the Supreme Court or come back to the lower court.
So why are you people not going to your lawmaker to be the best person to address?
Well, you just understand. We just told you that a lawmaker say the case is bigger than him. What do we go back to him? We already get in the air that the period may get in 60,000 to divide on the people that have been victim. We're going back to him.
Hey, yeah, 60,000.
How long is it? I'm special.
How long?
How long
will be in there until we see?
There's a rumors about the former president trying to give you guys aid. How often is it? According to
information,
but you not be sure yet.
So when all these things you say that, so when eminent citizen of Liberia decide to take you somewhere that you be found home, were you willing to still go through the judicial process?
Yes. That property, inheritance. It came from my grandfather down to my mother, down to me, and from me to my children, to my grandchildren.
We are not waiting to sell it.
Not waiting to sell. We need our property.
Nobody is selling property.
Nobody is selling property. So we're not even selling for 50 million.
So, my name is Joseph Sergi from the news newspaper. I want to know, where are you guys rushing currently?
Okay, so these some of the versions of the court. So just to give you a background and you know, out of that. So the places are broken down, demolished, like wartime, like Gaza. It looks like Gaza. Have you watched the scene from Gaza? That's how the whole Satan area looking. Like like they've been bombing the place for weeks, if not months. That's how the whole place looking. And so, unfortunately for the people, they engage their lawmaker, who is seated in a position where he's able to have some conversation with the people. So it was like a day or two ago when former Representative Akai Moses Gray, and this land issue has been dragging for, this is not the first time. So this is classic leadership failure. There is no excuse about that. What strategy the former lawmaker used to maintain the conversation and keep talking in between until they could reach somewhere that the current lawmaker has not managed to do, and according to sources, he told the people that it is bigger than him. So you can get passed around your vote for anybody. Somebody just can say, oh, maybe lawmaker. Whether they have the dexterity to perform, nobody cares. So now you know that not anybody can be leader. Not anybody you can pull anywhere. And this is in the Satan case. And it goes nationally as well. Not anybody can just take and pull them and say, oh, because they can't put their hand up. So the former lawmaker, Moses Akagri, who has a very big ear when it comes to issues in the district and nationally as well, came out and told the people that, look, we've been following this thing here. And as we are following it, we don't have the authority now to stand on strong grounds on your behalf. All of us leader now is Princeton. And our engagement with the people, you know, who are behind this, it's clear that the Lebanese businesses or business owners that are beyond this takeover and land grab, have already given $60,000 United States dollars to your lawmaker under whatever arrangement he's having with them, but to go ahead and give y'all like compensation for you to leave the place. But the lawmaker did not tell his people that. He hid that detail from his people. He kept it away from them as if to say nothing happened. And when the people engage him that, oh, Honorable Tour, they come in, break our place. come and take the land from, or you need to do something. He told them that the law is the law. And that it is big for him. He can't do anything about it. Whereby, he has already collected, and this is a Unity Party lawmaker, one of the people who are here in Monrovia, rallying the slum communities here against George Weah and the CDC for a change and rescue. It is that same lawmaker that collects 60,000 from Lebanese business owners, right, against members of his constituents or constituency, for them to be evicted, removed, their properties demolished, their life destroyed for $60,000 US, without even disclosing. This is dishonesty. And it had to take the former lawmaker to say, I can't sit down by them and say, oh, because the boy vote for me. Let me just let you know, your lawmaker received 60,000. At first, Princeton, in response, denied. And he tried to make mockery out of it. And said, oh, send a message, I received 60,000. The man too, he received 200,000. How possible is that? You see, they get a man 200,000. People going through that and he playing politics and fun. They say it's just a matter of time the truth will come out. So finally, the man who's beyond all of this thing, Eric Nangbe, say the thing here, the people there calling my knee all over, accusing me that are heartless and thing and all of that, as much as it is my property and the court have ruled in my interest. But I saw the humanitarian need and I decided to reach out. The man say, all the thing you're talking, the 3.5 million. No, but before the man, Princeton, when the pressure mounted, usually, Princeton came out and said he has $3.5 million to give to the people, the victim of Satan. Folks, the man say, I get $3.4 million, 3.5, sorry, to give to the people of Satan. Just to clear your tears. Ulu, not still getting too much. The boss said, no, we're selling our property, blah, blah, blah. People saying, oh, the men are wicked men. The men are because Lebanese people, he coming, he taking our land, he giving it to the Lebanese people, blah, 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 blah. The pressure getting too much on the man. The man say, but you don't do the thing like say, my son get him feeling. I get him feeling. Out of him feeling, I get some money. Say even the 3.5 million, what your lawmaker talking about, I mean, give it to him. Oh, the whole thing can't answer. So what is that? Compromising leadership? It's better you stand your ground in constructive engagement and get the people involved. So whether that 2 million, that 1 million, let the people be on the table and they themselves agree. Then, but you go and collect money on the people's behalf. You not tell the people. No scam. Before you say, oh, I get 30 million to can share on you. You think the people fool? And this is how you see the people have been going out. And, you know, demonstrating, blocking roads. On yesterday, they blocked the Tottenham Boulevard and all of that. And these things are happening. They finish destroying the people's property. At the end of the day, they've broken the people's homes. No notice, no compensation, nothing, whatever. Only to realize that the perpetrator gave the lawmaker $60,000, allegedly. The lawmaker hid that from the people and tried to present himself like some kind of philanthropist with LD 3.5 million. They say, come and share on all the people in the Satan area. My people, what do you think? And these are the things happening in the country. The people feel they can take advantage over you. They can take your land. They can take your property. They can break it down. And nobody's going to talk for you. Nobody's going to do anything. Those who you call their leaders, they will compromise. They will take money. And then they will go back and buy a few bags of rice. And then they will come. They say, oh, I'm from the Ministry in Tenerife. I bring rare for y'all. Then you're looking like sorrowful. You're looking at war victim. You're looking at homeless people in your own country. The government has abandoned you. The government have sold you out. Lebanese merchants and business people can take advantage of you anytime. They can break your property. The government will send police on you. They will vandalize. They will do whatever they can do. They will terrorize you. They will brutalize you for business people interests. And then when we finish, when the media is talking about it, the same officials of government will go to the very business people. They will give them money. They will go buy rice and oil. Then they'll come stand in front of you. Oh, my people, you know, and the other philanthropists. That's the whole playbook. What are you going to do? You need to stand up. The nation needs to stand up and tell the government that, no, this is not in our best interest. We need to resolve this. We can't continue living in our country as foreigners or as aliens. That after we have settled, and then one moment, anybody can just come from anywhere, bribe his or her way through the system, and then the court grants them some sort of documents, and then they go ahead and start demolishing our homes, then we turn to beggars. When you think you have already settled your life, one moment, government decision, they break the place, and then you turn to beggar. Then the government go and start pumping. Oh, you know, that one beggar right here. You used to provide for yourself. You have your own family, your own home. They use bulldozers and break your homes down, take your life away, take your independence from you, and you turn to beggars. People got to be like feeding for you, giving you clothes to wear, giving you food to eat, or else you can't eat. Paying fees for your children, or else they won't go to school. What sort of life is that? If you remain silent, it's going to continue. But if you speak out, then the government will know it's serious. Across the different communities, all the areas that you've been victimized, and other places that are earmarked. If you don't come out and send a strong message to the government, they're going to keep doing it to you. And all you will do is keep crying, and then we'll talk about it a few days, and then we move on to something else. Let's take call 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call. Prince Tour and the Satan people 60,000. What do you think? Let's hear you. This is absolutely disheartening to hear that the leader that's supposed to be there for the people himself will collect money and not show it to the people. Good morning. Morning, sir.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, Abu. My name is Mohammed Sama. I call from Johnsonville, one of the strong supporters of former President Weah. Abu, to see Pop Daddy, because I call Prince Tour Pop Daddy, because Prince Tour is a guy who just taking representative position to be like, you say, call something, facing hair. You don't know anything about the position he occupies. You just see that way back propaganda they were using, they can't work this time around. That red eye is moving. That's why the people decide to tell Prince to say, look, young man, your gift that you brought to us, we want to know. They got in question that claim that the property is for him. People said that they had he said 1980. The other thing, all that time, where was he? Now you come in, you say you want to help us. In your presence, when the demolition exercise was going on, he told the people that the law was the law. You never went to the court to listen to the both party argument. You never had the ruling in your hand, but because of the social party, make the law to be the law for your own perspective. For your own perspective. Now, you come now, after collecting that money and took us some, and you get 15,000, which is 3,500,000 plus, and coming to the people now to tell them that you want to help them. After the post of March, and after they want to get the people rest. Look, when people just figure that people that are stupid people, that's why former President Weah is set car where it was all circulating here. People heard it, but they not listening. Then now they're using the code right now to make people homeless because they feel that they put them in that whole temple of justice under President Bouakai regime is have them manipulated. They are so criminals, crook, they have no good record, they have no good moral standing to come and tell anybody that yes, this is what they're doing. They only get because they see that they're using their power to make it homeless. But as you said, if the people don't stand up for themselves, most majority will be homeless because the current justice system that we want to right now, you have to take it into it, you have to take the law into your hand. You have to take the law into your hand.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay.
So criminal, so close.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Abu Ehega.
Mm-hmm.
This is Emmanuel Webster again. You know, I'm happy when you take the ball being represented. I was happy. The man is a pretty passion man. The man is a talent show man. So you take the man representative. Now you got to go for the people of Satan. But once I tell you there, he may be the people keep talking, may be that hero. Please don't came and tell people the law is the law. Take people money. When they put money, nobody knows. So that you there. Say that people, you're sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Morning. Good morning.
Morning. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Yes, my name is Ruth Brown. I call you from Brown Street Highway.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Abu, you know, one parable I always use is you never know the importance of the well until the water runs dry. So you see, we feel for our people. But when we were in power, they felt that everything was bad. But today, everything is good. You listen to the lady and said, with all that they had against Akara's grave. But when they were in problem, he stood with them. So you see, this is what we continue telling our people. Once you have the mind for the people and they feel that you are doing the wrong thing, allow them to have their will. And they themselves will be witness for you. So this is what happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Thank
this
you.
is it.
Thank you very much. You people are really doing well for us.
Thank you. Thank you very kindly for always. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning again, brother Abu. My name is Otis Bagley. I joined you from District 11. See the issue of Princeton. We told the District number 8, you know, I presided in District number 8 for like 2 years, since 2023. We told the people
but my first time here, say the lawmaker I saw going to negotiate it 60,000, then they go build a pool. You didn't tell the people.
But you know something about it. He went to the people that telling the people that he got $3.1 million Liberian dollars.
So he changed the money. He changed the money. So something from there.
Now when he said, check a pitch. He told the people that he have $3.1 million Liberian dollars to put the system. All our house breaking down. Why about you finish taking breath from the Lebanese man to enrich yourself, but you see the Liberian people are food. So you want to enrich yourself and leave other people in poverty. You want to see yourself as a demon war. That people will go to every time begging for money, begging to survive. That's how the rescue government are looking. You want to rescue surrogates. So yeah, that's how people are doing running the whole country. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
My name is Corey.
Go ahead.
You know, I is related to that Satan issue.
Mm.
You know, that you think go, you don't know the importance of your ball on the right state on your ball. Only a couple of people were there, fighting for them, but instead they looking at the issue that you're raising in support of them. They're talking about how you having a wedding program that man last time you better be discussing or still I been doing for you. You see it? Who is paying to? Who is paying to? They therefore accept that man, when they therefore is very sad. You take the poor money, 60,000. Where take 60,000 for? 60,000 is taking the poor home. Who is more important than
60,000. Lola is a partner. What happened? Oh, well, the your party lawmaker can take money. So when you in a district, they breaking your own name or know the lawmaker and not take money. But thank you very much. Good morning, my brother Joseph. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, brother Abu, and to Baba Liberia. This is Joseph calling from New York. You know, brother Abu, you guys have done a lot, and we must commend all of you, that are doing the business, giving the information to our people, educating them a lot day in and day out. You guys are on the front line. And we that are in the diaspora that are not on ground, we really want to appreciate you guys for all the work that you do. But brother, it's very painful because all the things that you told the people, and today, here we are. When we inept people, the morons that they are going to inflict ruin on our people. But our people also need to know that no matter what, there are amendments in the law. And also you got the power. The people got the power. Because some of the things that are happening, if the whole community over there rise up and say, no, this can't happen. But everybody's standing on the side when something happening, that I mean, that I question. If the whole community, because I know that certain community, brother, we don't have much time, but we live. Sometimes when I don't have money that bring you over there. It was relocated in that certain era. The people were there. They had a business there. Before, when they built the market, then before the people moved back into the market. I know I had that in our whole terrain for a long time. But unfortunately, our people, they don't listen and everything. And we all got to be in it together. You can't say it happening to Joe and we will all sit back. When these kind of things happen, the community need to rise up. The power is inherent in you. Rise up and say, no, this can't happen. How somebody going nighttime, 5 a.m. and waking people up, throwing them outside. That's what I need to do. The leadership that you got, there is no law and order in that place. No law and order. It's only running. And we feel sorry for our people because we know that lesser. We can tell them that's
but they seen people that they seen Liberian people that had energy and they were standing up for any little issue against the CDC. How come today they can't stand for themselves? They're being treated as trash in their own country.
That's the mind-boggling thing I don't understand, brother. We all have, we are don't forget about the funny thing that unfolded. Because those here were there and were singing because they were kind, he loved the nation. That just showed the contrast between the Buckeye leadership and that of George Weah. Because when he see things, he step into it and say, no, it can't happen this way, man. We got to be careful. These are our people. He don't understand the plight of the people. Buckeye don't understand. Buckeye are their receiver at the other end. It's all. They're doing nothing and they're lowering the Buckeye. Buckeye don't care whatever that go on. That's how it is, my brother. We feel sorry for our people.
Okay, Joseph, thank you.
We will not be in peace. We're not collecting our
Good morning, brother.
But the place to put themselves. They have to say it.
All right, Joseph, thank you.
Brother. Thanks a lot for the hard work.
Thank you very much. Good morning, my friend. Good morning.
Good morning, brother. I'm Moses calling from Paradigm.
Go ahead, Moses.
There's 2 issues touched my mind this morning. We put ourselves into a disaster bomb. And those are the disaster bombs that we're going through. Then the next one is, brother, I will take your camera and walk from Central Police Station. You know that when you get guests coming in your country, they flare, they can play on the pool. We'll see today. They flare there, they can't really flare. Even put star tape around it. Like you even see a different country flare. I don't know if you ever see it today, but drive on the road you see it. It's a shame to the country, disgrace the country to the lower. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. I'll try to find out.
Good morning, Abu.
Morning.
How is Boringa?
Yeah, good.
Okay, all right. Let me say this. Thank you for your conversation. The 2 conversations are so good this morning. Actually, on the first segment, I could not make it. You know, Abu, what happened this morning? I'm passing around the home place. We have
where the former president built a little parking area for the motorcyclists and ticket riders, and then all of those things like Brian said, you know how many money? Our partner, I saw a group of KK guys out there, they are LTM guys. Collected them, they were writing tickets, they were sending crying. Motorcyclists. Even one day I know, I don't really see him back on him, myself living so clean. Oh, they I saw him on the group. They have collected them. So I called one day and started see what can happen between a leader that is people center and the other leader. The leader that is people center with discipline. But the leader that is so running wicked will punish. See what you're going through now? That punishment, you are being harshly punished. They're writing tickets for you people. We told you people and you didn't listen to us. But here's the thing about as I leave, let me just say this. Liberia, where we are now. Some of us made a mistake, some of us are not part of the mistake. Like the motorcycle group are part of them, but are not part of the mistake. But now we all are being, victimized, and it is affecting all of us. So what we can do now is this, Liberian. If you have a voice to talk, speak for your freedom. If you got a big strength to write for your freedom. If you can work for your freedom, if you can run for your freedom, what we are into now, it is what is all total or disaster that we are in. When the Pape, prophesied the last time that Liberia is going to encounter this, people mock at it. The calamity is here now. So you got to fight to, elevate, to redeem yourself from this calamity.
Okay, Poka Robert, Poka, you're on this end. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much, my dear Allah, and thanks for the effort you always exhibit in the interest of our beloved country. For the recommendations for the public, I'm Pokat Robert, and I join you this morning for our unknown destinations. You see,
you're going by an unknown destination again?
Come again?
You're going back to an unknown destination?
Or send a tyrannical or irresponsible, unethical, very reckless, ruthless administration to over in our own destination.
Okay.
Yeah, because if our government has not respect the rule of law, you go critic, I will be careful your left.
That's correct.
For the issue Allah, you see, when sometimes in left, they say what you read like what you sow. What you sow like what you read. What does that mean by that? You see, when we're telling our brother then, our sister then, that what a great day money, great going Paris, it's not the issue. But look at the standing of Gray in your interest. Our privilege wanted to be part of the or so-called family that say they got poverty meeting with Gray. Our privilege to be part of. Yeah, Gray demanded that he wanted the community head to be part of the meeting. When they said no, Gray walked out. Gray know that it doesn't mean business. Gray said, I want the community head to be part of the meeting. I'm not the person that living. I'm a representation of them, but they don't want got to show the fool. They got their own crowd. So let me call them. Let it be part of parcel.
But Prince, you do it at all.
What? You looking at one block, one of them, they won't even working pizza, pakisa. That won't care about full interest. That irresponsible one. I don't even know ethical.
Good Poka Robert. Poka, I think they're trying to harmonize your call. Okay, Poka, something is happening. Let me take two more calls, right? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Asa Clapinto Dennis, the chairman for the Voice of Nigeria organization. I call from Pinsville.
Go ahead.
Thank you for your talking point this morning, most especially the first segment and the second one. And you see, my disappointment in the representative Prince Toast, that's somebody who born in my hand, read the budget bureau. I know him well before he even graduated from high school and all these things. That these are people who used to know, who that know us. They if they would have grew in our hand. For him to go as representative to the higher level of government, and then you don't understand the word representation. You're representing people. You're supposed to speak for the people. Then you go on a scene and telling the people, say the Lord is the Lord. Instead of you telling the people who you demolishing that era of.
But they said back then the men finished collecting 60,000. Allegedly, they said the men already collected 60,000. So what you expect the men to do?
If you hear me he should have done. And for people to not even know what's going on, today we say, okay, you're forward to the area until we can have an inquiry. These are things, these are representations.
No, but he couldn't do that any longer, Sacramento, because he had already collected the meeting. He collected the money in was the meeting that should have talked about hurting the place and having conversation with the people, but he excluded the people and collected the money.
And so, Abu, you know what will happen right there now? Some of us now who are civil society actors, we're going to pursue that particular case and then to know who win the case and why you win the case. And you never keep on the ground to have the people informed that a particular property, your burial or somebody's property, so people can get the in total of it. That human being now, so we're going to follow it.
Okay.
Thank you for the proposition. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please do. Good morning. You're the last caller. Good morning.
Yeah. Yeah, Abu, how you doing, sir?
Beautiful. Let's hear you.
So we're telling the people 2023, but they say the child can hear it. Everyone are going to it. Current, not stable. They're destroying people home. And that's one thing. What we are in now, I mean, too much discussion for me now, because another man here, and the American is on discussion. You see what happened in the country? You see what happened? If I don't care, when you reach higher level in satanic, now how you can be, you're not just feeling for human being. People cry and say, you don't want to know. Now you know the father looking, but we told people, y'all still on his side. Y'all still on his side. Now, I don't know why he's on that. The poor only go to that state down there, or that this way, I don't want to see you know the father go home with that. And the Lord never corrupt. That God, that's very corrupt. That God, that's how I talk about that. People in the year, Papa, the people suffering now. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, folks. A few of the things as you are going through all of your the way we're operating in the country now, there are two realities. You have the government reality and you have the actual reality. So, few update from the government reality. They said the finance minister made an appearance yesterday. He said that, in fact, the country now operating 12-hour economy. What that means is that shops are open, businesses are going. You can go to a bank, right? You can pay school fees. You can go to supermarket. 18 hours of the day, right? From whatever, 6 a.m. in the morning till when? Everywhere is open. And this is what your government said. This is what your finance minister said. Not me. I'm only letting you know. Another thing he said is that he has reversed harmonization, according to him. But guess what? His definition of reversing harmonization is that at the GSC, one entity in the government, they have increased salaries. And the crafter of harmonization we've held in severally, they've told us that harmonization was a government policy. It's a whole basket of payroll reform actions that were taken to stabilize the economy and, of course, reduce the wage bill. Reduce the wage bill. Now, what that means is that when the government came, the government was spending loosely. There are two different payroll systems. They are paying people from two different systems, and the monies were too much. And the other system was discretionary. Political appointees would decide how much they pay people. So the partners and other people said, no, but you can be paying the amount of money in salaries. Look at the salaries, the wage bill, accounting for 60 to 70%. So you got to do something about it. So this is okay. Let's harmonize. Let's synchronize the payroll. Let's bring it all and have one track. So to reverse harmonization, is to say, let's go back to the way the payroll system are looking and undo the CDC payroll approach to begin with. So if Gaffron, who is educated, says that he has reversed harmonization, that means he has returned the country to pre-harmonization status, the way which matters were handled in the country, unregulated, unstructured, and all that. When the president appoints you and you're president, somebody, you go there, you carry your niece and get in. Even as secretary, you're giving them $3,000 is your business because you have discretionary payroll privilege. But what Gaffron is defining as harmonization, because a lot of professional challenges have come to say you can't tamper with this right now. This is not a CDC thing. This is a Liberian government thing to have stability and, of course, financial prudence. But you are so particular that you want to undo it. You want to remove it. But you do not have any kind of structural alternative, right, to solving the problem, but in a more moderate way. And all you think is increase the salaries of elite government workers, and that means you undo harmonization. Mind you, harmonization was in place during the CDC period, and workers in the government at different levels were receiving salary increment. Under the CDC and harmonization, doctors' salary were increased. Did that mean that the CDC reversed harmonization? Other actors, teachers, police officers, salaries were increased. Did that mean that harmonization was reversed? So what sort of educated people we have in like that? But again, they are very disrespectful to the Liberian populace. So they believe they can use propaganda and food. Imagine telling us this time and age that you're running an 18-hour economy. And you go asking now, what do you mean by an 18-hour economy? Tell you. 18-hour economy all around. Do you go to the Ministry of Finance? Are they open? 18-hour economy. Why is the Ministry of Finance open? Why is LRA closing at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock? We're running an 18-hour economy. Cannot pay bills. All around 18 hours. Why are you taking the Liberian people for food when you just every time you have your reality, which is quite different from the actual realities on the ground. But again, this is it. The people say they're the most sophisticated. The country belongs to them. They're in charge. They will dictate. They will decide whatever they want to do, and they will do it. There's nothing you can do. It's evident. You're sitting there, right? They start seeing you doing everything. And these are the kind of leadership you want. These are the style of governance that you like, where accountability is not an issue. People don't owe you anything. All they care is what they tell you. That's what you should hear, listen, and go by. How you feel about it, what your reaction to it is, they don't care. And as soon as they identify you as, somebody with a voice or something, they find means. You see my man Vandala Patrick, consultant, taking $2,000 and so at the Ministry of Finance. So they're out here confusing the public. But Vandala will come 2029, you won't be senator in Mangibi. Mangibi Health CS Rainy Hospital is down 2 years later. They've done nothing about that. But Vandala is there. Every nonsense that spew out of Gaffron mouth, Vandala passes around and justify it because Gaffron has him on $2,000. And Gaff is so funny and so clueless to the point that he feels anything he says is gospel. The arrogance, the nonsense. You think we come and worship idiots around here that destroying the country and feeling so rude and disrespectful to the nation, and they can talk loosely and say any nonsense? How some you sit down on public radio and telling us we're running 18-hour economy? Where's the 18-hour economy? When you fools can leave your offices by 6 o'clock and you say you're running 18-hour economy, do you set yourself in that place doing government job for 18 hours? Are you running 18 hours? Are the services available for 18 hours? Which of the service is available? Even petrol, gas stations that you expect that are supposed to be on, right? They can shut down. For example, then you open your mouth, you say you're running 18 hours. I'm blaming these fools, stupid, good for nothing, buggers, leeching on public cover. You're passing around here, the lying say you get, I know African Development Bank working, still you're passing around, you couldn't even find car for your work. Who are sorry for you, suddenly you sit down, you say you find a minister, you're talking nonsense, while other people suffering. Is it going to respect what? Respect what? Go in, man. I'll see you. Bye-bye.
One more freedom for